see Daddy?
Perhaps you remember me. That's right. It's Dead Man. The world, as you know, is in awful shape. And it's all because of the Death Stranding. The dead started to find their way into our midst, crossing over from the other side. We call these entities BTs. Beached Things. When they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation. A void out, leaving nothing but a massive crater in its wake.
Just got time to play this. I got early access, so.
But that was only the beginning. Strange rain fell from the sky, rapidly aging everything it touched. A phenomenon we came to know as timefall. Structures would rust and collapse, and people grew old in an instant. The world transformed into something completely unrecognizable.
Just doing a little recap from the first one. Nobody has seen it.
Timefall and BTs alike. They withdrew into the remaining cities, which in turn closed their doors to outsiders. People ceased to travel and stopped meeting in person. They grew distant from one another and became further isolated. The social, cultural, and political bonds between humans began to crumble. The Death Stranding was hastening humanity's extinction. Seeing this, Bridget Strand, the last president of the United States of America, founded Bridges, an organization committed to making America whole again and providing a future for all humankind. However, Bridget died before she could realize this ambition. It was you, Sam, who took up her cause and resolved to see it through. Sam, the humble porter, who also possessed the unique powers of a repatriate. The one and only person who could save humanity. So with Bridges' Cupid in hand, and accompanied by the bridge baby Lou, you embarked on a journey across North America. Of course, you had struggles of your own, often phasmophobia, or the fear of being touched. The despair of having lost everything was just too much. But despite it all, you strive to bring people together. By extending the chiral
So essentially my wife died giving birth to our baby,
you would enable
so I
the
become a
rebirth
recluse.
of the United States as the United Cities of America. You were also to rescue Bridget's daughter, Amelie, who had been taken captive by terrorists. These were the vital missions you were entrusted with, Sam. We,
packed everything
your
on my
friends
back.
at Bridges, did everything we could to support your efforts. There was our director, Di Hardman, a close associate of Bridget, who was dedicated to fulfilling her final wishes.
Yeah, essentially the baby that is in there is actually
was absolute.
what Sam
And for
is.
that, he was named the first president of the
She
UCA.
brought the one girl that's on the beach that we're trying to find her daughter, Amelia. She brought us back
of
to
course,
life and
Sam,
made us
the
kind of like a
dead man, yours truly.
incarnate, so we had special abilities. And then the
As
baby
you
that we
recall, I was
get is
born
also
from an
has the same
artificial
thing.
womb, and over the course of my life was the recipient of numerous organ transplants. I've always got on with the dead. I used to be a coroner. Anyway, I pushed myself physically and mentally to help you and your baby, Lou. Mama and Lakna were twin sisters, As you may remember, skilled scientists who developed the Cupid, which was essential for chiral network expansion. A personal tragedy caused the two of them to grow apart. But they've since reconciled, with both their souls residing in the same body. Ah, Hartman. Every 21 minutes his soul departs his physical form.
This
And
guy
for
kills
3
himself every
minutes,
21
his
minutes to
body
get on the
is
beach to try to
clinically
save
dead.
his family.
During this temporary death, his soul is sent to the beach. That's why he knows more about the beach and the Death Stranding than anyone else. His knowledge proved indispensable in the execution of your mission, Sam. Fragile.
Yeah, essentially when you die, you go to this like beach area, and it can be whatever the person wants.
Exposure to timefall
And if you
caused
get back
her
from the
entire
beach, you
body
actually
from the
stay
neck
alive.
down to age significantly. It was the mark of a terrible betrayal. Higgs, a former comrade, used timefall as an instrument of torture, you see. To no surprise, Fragile was hell-bent on getting revenge. But after meeting you, Sam, she had a change of heart. As your friends, we would stop at nothing to see you succeed. But ultimately, crossing the continent was something you had to do on your own, with only Lou for company. And with no end to the forces that stood in opposition. Deadly BTs, unforgiving terrain and unpredictable weather, ruthless terrorists. The list goes on. Without a doubt, your greatest enemy was Higgs. Convinced that humanity deserved to go extinct, he kidnapped Amelie and tried to torment you and countless others. But neither he nor anything else could stop you from achieving your goal. The chiral network was finally completed. The bridge to the future was built. But your ordeal was not yet over. You had to learn the real nature of the Death Stranding. A secret that Amelie had kept hidden from us all this time. And a terrible truth you had to face. But you accepted this final revelation, Sam, and did what had to be done. America rose from the ashes as
So that's Lou.
And as
Essentially, the babies are held in like a time static where they don't grow, and if they do grow, they lose their ability to see the Death Stranding.
To save Lou, you removed the child.
We ended up breaking the baby out at the end,
and began a new life together. And so it was that the two of you vanished.
Yeah, it's a really deep story.
As a trace.
This is just a recap of the first game. Yeah, if you look it up on YouTube, there was a 15-minute one that I watched just to recap to make sure I remembered everything. Yeah, I'm going to do casual first so I can get the story down. No, this is a PlayStation exclusive. So essentially, you put your birth date in, and their birth date actually will mess with your gameplay too. Yeah, Hideo Kojima, he's the one that did the Metal Gear Solid. After the last one, he left the company that he was in as his own, and was his first game out was Death Stranding. This is the beach. Hideo Kojima has a like a contract with Sony. Probably recognize this guy from The Walking Dead, Sam. So essentially this game takes place almost a year after the girl tried to blow up the whole planet to extinct everybody.
I've always loved porters. Through freezing rain and biting wind, across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts, they come to deliver something priceless. A glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window, my sole connection to the outside world. And I know they'll be back again, today.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the crazy system's turned into traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night.
Fucking graphics look like a goddamn movie.
What is it that I've become?
You see the graphics on this thing? Oh shit.
-61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise.
I know Hideo Kojima and his company actually built a special type of machine to make this game, and it obviously looks like they did something more.
Think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown.
Graphics are nuts. Hopefully it's as good as this in the game. Yeah, he does a lot of storylines. Like, his games are in depth. I wonder if Monster Energy was in this game too. It was in the last one.
Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife, and the sun's out of sight.
There's Lou.
I see the world like this, lose at the trial what is left and what is right.
So that was our BB in the first one.
Made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind. What is it I'm trying to find?
Okay, time to head home.
Yeah, this is the one that we broke out at the end of the thing, and then the girl that tried to blow up the place was the one that brought the baby back to life.
Somebody lend me a hand. My name's Sam.
So in this game too, like when you're doing pathing, if you and a bunch of different people go on the same path because it's server based, the path actually becomes more and more in depth, and you can lay roads and everything for each other. So the community actually helps you get places. Look at that! I got a baby.
Is that an actual baby?
Yeah, it was essentially the baby is in like a stasis, so it stays an infant because that's when they have their powers. Well, at the end, we broke the baby out. They wanted us to kill it, but man, look at the fucking graphics on this thing. I know it's just desert, but goddamn. And you gotta watch your weight using R2 and L2 to keep your balance. To see how like the graphic, how the colors are different, it'll tell you where you're gonna lose your footing. A package.
Good. You do this every day.
Carry on back, carry on left hand, carry on right hand. We're going to put it on their back. It's all weight based, so 121 is how much I can carry where my stamina won't go down. I really don't want to go into that cavern. Oh yeah, you fight the they're essentially like ghosts that are in between the beach and the world. So you will be fighting. And the last one, you had to actually use your blood, your urine, and your excrement to make special grenades that actually fought off and killed these creatures. You'll be able to sneak around and everything, so there is stealth based in this game. Yeah, you gotta look into it, Blaze. The story, the gameplay is fantastic. It's a game that if you like stories and stuff, you'll like it.
Feel that.
So Gatequake is what's happening with the world.
Shaking pretty bad.
Hold the baby. That's okay, baby. We're gonna hold.
you fed.
So you have to use the gyro of the controls, or the controller to...
Well, now someone's in a good mood.
It's okay, baby. There you go. This is gonna be real fucking interesting if this baby's gonna be crying during this whole thing, because I'm gonna get fucked real quick. Yeah, you kind of have to do it in the other game too when he's in the stasis bottle. You have to soothe him and wake him back up just so he can use his abilities. But sometimes he gets overstressed and he'll stop. So then you have to do everything without him. Yeah, he gets super stressed out. Well, like the different entities will come and stress him out, and I guess after a while of him being around some of these things, they actually will start hurting him. So that's why he's stressed with those. Essentially, yeah. He gives us special abilities where we can see the creatures. Normally you can't see them. But after we do like our scan ability and stuff, he would be able to point out where they were at, so we could actually do fighting and find them. And there's sometimes where you don't want to go into it, so you'd have to find a different path around. So yeah, there's a lot of story behind this. So if you haven't played the first one or seen anything with the first one, some of the stuff might not make sense. Now the rain's coming, so this is what they call the time fall. So if it touches you, you actually become older. Older to the point where it'll actually kill you. Yeah, so you can't have any exposed skin. Okay, BB, we'll get out of here. Gonna be fucking part goat in this game. So essentially, we're glorified UPS. Yeah. Yeah, everything kind of affects everything. No, the baby is mine. We're going home. That's what our mission is to get home. And this is all weight-based stuff too. So if you have too much stuff, if you look on like my left arm and my right arm, there's hooks, so you can put stuff on your arms, and then also on your back. You can upgrade your carriers and your carrying capacity. I'm guessing once we get close to home, we're going to be fighting something.
Almost there.
Get off this fucking mountain. Okay, so I'm guessing water is going to be an issue too. So yeah, we gotta use these special ladders to go across shit. Huh? Well, it's just a collapsible ladder.
There, we made it.
And we know when these creatures are around because our scanner's gonna pop up. See? I knew we were gonna be fighting something. Okay, we can walk right through them. What? What the fuck? Yeah, I have no clue on this one. Obviously, there's some sort of cloaking technology. No, it could be, but
Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all.
goddamn kid.
Okay, Lou. Time for some nonsense. Come on, open up.
Feed him some ramen.
There you go.
Yeah, this is what being a single dad is like. So that's fragile. Get the gun. Knife. There we go.
Who's there?
Just fragile. A pan? What are we, a fucking Mexican grandma or what? Grab the chanclas.
Who are you? Fragile?
Fragile. You know who it is.
Were you cooking?
What are you doing here?
I've been looking for you.
Nothing's worrying me.
Throw a chancla, yeah. It's a, she was tortured in the
Who's running
Timefall.
fast?
So those are like some special hands that actually help
You
stop
did good.
covering her breathing
Like
and
a
stuff.
happy family.
So that way she can be more silent.
Here's a gift. The finest Carol printed diapers.
Thank God.
Okay, the Carol printer, remember that. Oh, Lucas device, yeah. Climbing. So these are the crystals that we get. Give us our printer stuff. This is what the company that we used to work for was Bridges. The beach, that's the in-between time. The void outs are when they actually die and they explode. They cause mass casualties. There's BB, Bridges baby. Score to take a rest.
How'd you track us down?
Your neighbor got hooked up to the Carol network. Service now extends to the whole region. I let myself in with this. You can use Carol printers now too.
I guess it's time we thought about moving. Maybe further south. You know, I'm surprised you used the front door for once.
My jumping days are behind me. Overdoing it left me with some kind of syndrome. They call it jump shock.
Okay. So yeah, she can warp in and out.
You care for a drink?
Give her a monster.
Thank you, but no. I should get straight to the point.
Business, huh? I mean, for a moment there, I thought maybe you wanted to catch up.
I have a job for you. Take it, and that whole mess over how you left Bridges will be wiped from the record. You won't have to live in hiding anymore.
What about Lil?
That's a little more complicated. We're talking about a Bridges asset. You'll have to work it out. Sam, you brought America together. Helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid
Yeah, I had to connect this whole place.
Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own. Especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. And that's not all. Die Hartman is not the president of the UCA anymore. In case you're wondering who's... distribution now. A Pass 4000 has revolutionized the whole process. It utilizes the Carol network to manage and carry out deliveries. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. And no need for Fragile Express, of course. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge. And we still require the services of human porters that can work outside the network. Preferably ones with dooms who can sense BTs. Sam, I'm asking you to go to Mexico.
The cartel.
To the network to the south. Just like you did when you went out west.
You're asking, or is this coming from the UCA?
Both. The UCA came to Drawbridge, and now I'm coming to you.
Oh, this is like in the future.
What do you say? Chiralium contamination is severe. Some areas have it worse than anything you experienced back in the UCA.
Fantastic.
The storms are growing more intense as well. And, as you can imagine, everything in their path is subject to temporal acceleration. Objects and structures degrade rapidly. while animals and humans grow old and frail in the blink of an eye. Timefall often precedes the appearance of BTs there too. So you should do everything you can to stay out of it as much as possible. There are many other dangers, though. The rivers can flood in an instant, and earthquakes happen daily.
Oh, flash floods and earthquakes. Yeah, this will be fucking fun.
Mexico has no shortage of beached things. Spirits of the dead washed up from the other side were stranded there just like everywhere else. Any human corpse that hasn't been properly disposed of will become a BT. And any living human that comes into contact with a BT will get dragged into the depths of the tar. Giant BTs can and will emerge from the tar as well. And if they succeed in consuming a living human being, they'll trigger a void out, destroying everything nearby in a massive explosion. Several Mexican cities were wiped off the map in this way. The survivors have since become divided and isolated. As most people cannot see BTs, they live in fear of them, and that fear has made them too terrified to venture outside.
Seriously, why me?
There are several reasons I thought of you for this job. Deadman, for one. He's currently working at a lab in southern Mexico. I don't know the details, but the research they're conducting there is important. Very important. And there are certain things he'd like to tell you in person.
That was one reason. You got more?
I do. And this one's serious. There is some BT territory near that lab I mentioned. They monitor the chiralium levels, and recently, they've observed unusual activity. The cause is still unclear, but they seem to think there's a good chance a massive BT is headed their way. And if they're right, then I want you there, ready to kill it before it kills them. Don't forget, Sam. You were the first person in the world to ever take out a BT.
Guess that makes sense. Something's still bugging me.
What?
All this talk about extending the network into Mexico. Isn't the UCA basically expanding their territory? Taking control, claiming it for their own?
Sam, it's not like that. They're not trying to take over the world. They just want to link up new areas with the chiral network.
Bullshit.
Like the internet before the Death Stranding. Public infrastructure to connect people. Which is why, instead of turning to an established government agency like Bridges, the UCA contracted a private organization, like ours, who then decided to employ the services of a freelancer like yourself. So please, Sam, won't you help us out?
See if this ends the game. So it puts us back.
Not bad, little porter. Not bad at all.
I got stuck in a time loop.
Yeah, all right.
So you'll do it?
So what city?
can take my kit with me. If I do this, can you hold the fort for me while I'm gone? Play babysitter?
We're inside the network. There's a child care app I can use. It'll be fine. The lab is only a few days away. I promise he'll be back before you know it. Link up the region as you head south, and come home safe. We'll be waiting.
Yeah, you're gonna need that liquid courage to get out there. Do I get a new BB? Where's our gun?
Go on. Slide it on your thumb.
Like a ring? Huh.
Try sticking your thumb out, like you're giving me a like. Access your ring terminal to view the map. From here you can check order details, as well as the cargo for delivery. Now then, let's review the mission that you'll be undertaking on behalf of Drawbridge. Your destination is a research lab in southern Mexico. When you arrive, you'll need to use the Cupid to connect it to the chiral network. Chiral communication utilizes the beach, where time barely passes. Using the Cupid in conjunction with the delivery terminal will allow us to initiate a zero-time massive data transmission. But because of the distance, it's not feasible to head straight to the lab to establish a connection. You'll need to use the way stations to extend network coverage until you're close enough to get the lab online. Your first stop is C1, Ciudad Nuda del Norte. Bring them a delivery and welcome them into the network. Improper corpse disposal remains a serious problem in Mexico. With every additional corpse that spawns a BT, the risk of a void out grows even higher. C1 in particular is struggling to handle this issue. But once they're online, we can give them the technology they need to address the situation. Why don't you take a look at the cargo you're carrying by opening the menu? You can access useful information about your deliveries via your ring terminal. To review the cargo currently in your possession, select Cargo Management. This is the cargo you'll need to deliver. Be sure to get it to its destination in one piece. It's an excellent idea to place the most important cargo in your backpack. We've given you some additional equipment. It can be carried in pouches or in special hooks, just like cargo. All these weapons can be used to incapacitate humans without killing them, so there is no need to worry about causing a void out. Be sure to weigh your various options as you load up. Return to the menu when everything looks good to go. Finally, before heading out, make sure to plot your delivery route. Return to the map. See your destination? There's a river you'll need to cross to get there. There are bandits in the area too. Armed groups that have attacked borders in the past. Think about what route you might take from your current location.
Commencing route creation.
When you plot a route on the map, you'll see what hazards you may run into along the way. You can face these challenges head-on, or try to find a way around them. How you get to your destination is up to you, but think it over before getting underway.
Delivery route finalized.
Latest model Cupid. Just completed. We decided to put a hold on network expansion until it was ready to go. Like last time, you'll be using it to welcome people into a whole new world. It won't be any harder than before either. The Carol network terminals are ready and waiting. Bridges saw to that. Emily's expedition split into two groups midway. The first continued west, while the second cut south into Mexico. But again, they were only able to lay the groundwork. Until you bring those terminals online with the Cupid, the network can't grow. Hungry?
No.
Oh. No more baby food for you.
Let you get fragile any trouble, I'm gone. Don't you break my kid.
wants to eat.
Been a while since I held a gun. Get this done.
Packages?
This ain't bad. go.
Trying to avoid some conflict if we can.
Not so bad.
Yummy. Bugs.
Keep it up, Sam. We're in enemy territory now. Hey, you! This ain't bad.
Now leaving chiral network. Coverage.
Sandstorm.
Come on, Sam, push through. And completely fucking covered. Once I get the motorcycle, it'll be a lot quicker.
No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
They got more packages to deliver.
Sam. It can't have been easy to come this far south. You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right? Ah, that's a relief. We'll be able to dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online. That'll be one less thing for our residents to worry about. Anyway, I believe you have some cargo for me, yes? You must be one hell of a porter to deliver our stuff in such fine condition. Figured we would never see this cargo, but here it is. Thank you so much for the delivery. It's just like everyone says. You're a man that people can rely on. Okay, use your Cupid to bring us online. The chiral gateway you brought us should allow us to establish a connection between Mexico and the UCA. And with state-of-the-art tech at our disposal, we can finally solve a lot of our problems.
I'm completely covered head to toe in sand. I didn't know if we had to push through that or not, but I did.
Chiral network coverage successfully expanded. Commencing data collection. Now displaying your current porter grade. Porter grade increased. Congratulations. Chiral network connection confirmed. And now we can begin fabricating the latest corpse disposal equipment. Until recently, we've been dealing with our dead by burying them in tar, but that solution was growing untenable. We should be okay moving forward. I really can't thank you enough. You must be exhausted after your long journey. We've prepared a private room.
The Postal Service? No, I'm more like FedEx.
There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're fully
Postal
recovered.
Service would have saw that storm and been like, no, we'll wait. Not FedEx, we're going straight through.
Before you set out again. Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer.
That's why the guy got stranded on an island with Wilson.
There's nothing we can do to get rid of the BT area we created. Fear of BTs and damage from timefall and Chiralium
Feds,
exposure
yeah.
will continue to be a concern.
I got sand in places I
And let's
shouldn't
not
have it.
forget about the bandits willing to attack travelers and facilities. But so long as we remain connected to the network, we'll have access to new tools and technologies to help combat these threats. You brought us more than
So I probably won't be able to play
outside.
tomorrow.
You
I
brought
got
us
another
hope.
game with the kids. But this weekend I'm going to put in some time.
As I mentioned before, we've been taking them to a nearby tar pit and dropping them in. Unfortunately, we took it too far. And it wasn't long before the whole pit turned into a BT area.
I might play Fortnite, I don't know. We'll see.
The emergence of BTs. we ended up facilitating their creation. And with the constant timefall in the vicinity, gyro contamination has only grown worse.
So this game just came out, so I might be putting a few hours into it.
Increased suicide rate, which in turn has resulted in even more bodies that we've had no way to dispose of properly. But thanks to the chiral network, we can now fabricate the corpse disposal facilities that we lack. Everything's going to be all right.
Everything's gonna be all
Thank
right.
you again for everything. I'll get started right away on preparing your next order for you. By the time you wake up, it should be good to go. You'll just need to access the delivery terminal here. I hope I can count on you.
Down to the secret bunker. I don't know why just my top half is dirty.
Please relax and enjoy your stay.
Enormous Reedus's butt. There he is when he was in the little frickin' container. So he is grown up. That's him right now. It's probably 2, close to 2. See, before I could make meals and stuff. Yeah, I kind of figured we'd be flashing back. Oh no. That's a nightmare. It's a baby. That scar is from when I was being born. No, it was where I was attached to my mother, who's the big person right there on the beach. But she sacrificed herself to
Are you alright?
bring me back.
If you're worried about Lou, don't be. I'll admit, the stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help. Figuring out why a baby's crying, getting the milk just warm enough. It's had the perfect advice for every situation.
Hi.
If it cries, you feed it or change it. It's not that hard.
So, how does it feel to be back in the saddle?
Works same as it ever was. It's the first time I've been away from Lou.
We're fine. Trust me. Just focus on the road, okay?
Yeah.
Technically single, but she's kind of on my side. I think there's some type of love thing in between them two. Last time I got to drink Monster. Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso. Chiral tea. Say last Death Stranding 1, they had Monster Energy. That would be some type of flying bug that we eat for protein, I'm guessing. Tastes like chicken. Okay, there we go. We'll use that as our image. What the hell? Change the screen.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste crystals on that. Okay, where's this armory? Oh, locked and loaded, motherfucker.
Departing facility. New order available. Please review and confirm.
morning, Sam. Did you have a good rest? We're already making progress in addressing the corpse disposal situation here. Once again, I've got to thank you for that. If you access the delivery terminal, you'll find that you can fabricate equipment for yourself now too. We have some materials on hand here that you can use to make supplies for your journey. Take as much as you need. Now, we don't have all the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA. But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection level with the locals, we should be able to share all kinds of new data with you, expanding your fabrication options further. I heard that you're planning to extend chiral network coverage to the south, down as far as that research facility. So go ahead and pick up the order I posted for you. I'll explain the finer details of the mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
Please select an item to fabricate.
Your next destination is Villa Libre. The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs. If you bring them this delivery, you'll be sure to earn their trust. Once you've done that, you'll have an easier time convincing them to become part of the chiral network. Timefall is coming down hard in this area. Cargo containers that are exposed to timefall will begin to degrade. If you carry container repair spray with you, you can use it to mitigate these effects before it becomes a problem. Keep an eye out for the rivers and bandit camps in the area too. Hazards like these can make your life much harder. On your way to Villa Libre, you might pass a post box we built. We left behind some spare equipment in its shared locker. If you see it, take a look inside. Everything is yours to use as you deem fit. There should be materials in there too, enough to fabricate something if you like. Also, if you have any extra equipment, you can use the box to donate it to other people. With a moment's generosity, you can make another porter's day. Finally, each post box has a private locker which can be used to store equipment.
Yeah, you can find, say somebody dies in the environment or loses equipment, you can take that, put it in there, and you get extra money and stuff and likes for it. It's all like based off of likes, so you post something down, you get likes, and every time you pass by, you get more equipment and stuff. So we don't want to go there. We go up and over.
creation. Delivery route finalized.
This order calls for some pretty hefty cargo to be sure. But don't forget to take into account all the other extras you'll need to carry to get the job done. Every piece of equipment you take also adds to your overall weight. So think carefully about your loadout. Try to pick critical items that won't weigh you down and wear you out when combined with your cargo. Run out of stamina halfway through a delivery, and you're in for a world of hurt.
Make all necessary preparations for your delivery. When everything is...
The packages!
Order accepted. Thank you.
Grab some more container spray.
not so bad. Oh yeah. God damn it. It's a close one.
Put that down.
Gotta pull that off. Come here, Carl.
time will give you a lot of trouble. Thanks for making the trip. Allow me to assess the condition of your cargo. By the look of things, the contents are okay. You did good. Did not think we would ever get this back, but seems I was wrong. I have to say, this was well worth the wait. I had a feeling you wouldn't let me down. It's time to connect the Cupid. Once we're part of the chiral network, we'll be able to use these remote medical units you brought. I can get myself checked out as well. We've all been looking forward to this. So go ahead and link us up.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Chiral communications have been established. Now I can finally use one of these medical units to assess the condition of the child I'm carrying. I just pray they're strong and healthy. The elderly residents here will also be happy to receive proper medical care. Oh, seems like you should be capable of fabricating PCCs now as well. Probably thanks to the chiral network expansion and the resulting increase in total bandwidth. Of course, every additional structure will eat into that bandwidth, but there should be more than enough to support anything you build. Within reason, that is. There's one other problem we've been dealing with lately, though. It's not a critical issue, so I've posted an aid request with further details. If you're interested, you can check it out via your ring terminal. I'm not sure. I should have given birth to my child ages ago. But for some reason, the fetus seems to have stopped growing at 7 months. If something's wrong with my body, I can't tell what it is. And not knowing is driving me insane. But with one of our new medical units, I might finally be able to get answers. I want to believe I can still bring this child into the world someday. The only people that still live here other than myself are elderly. The last of the younger residents decided to risk it all and leave for Ciudad Nudo del Norte a while back. Too many bandits in these parts. Like the one I used to be. We took what we wanted and didn't care about anyone but ourselves. But after I got pregnant, I realized I could not keep living like that. I had to clean up my act. Start living for someone else. My friends didn't understand at all. So they ditched me. Left me to wander on my own. Until the people here agreed to take me in. Even though the poor souls are struggling with all kinds of health issues. That's why we put in the order for these remote medical units. Some of the cargo we had stored here was washed away during a massive flood. The water carried it into bandit territory, so we're in no position to reclaim it ourselves. I know this isn't the sort of thing a porter like you normally does, but if you're willing and able, please, check the aid request. All of the relevant details should be available for review on that ring terminal you're wearing. You can use it to confirm the cargo's location. So, if your travels happen to take you out that way, we'd really appreciate the help. A new order has just come through for you. Looks like the residents of the C1 South Distribution Center need you to recover some cargo from abandoned encampment and bring it to them. You can review the specifics of the order when you get around to accepting it. So once you're good to go, access the delivery terminal here to get underway. I'll share additional info with you as soon as you do so.